Thick, noxious air burns her throat as she flees through the fields, mud clotting to her soles like leeches, one untied shoe after the other over the rutted vegetables. She shouldn't run toward the water, it isn't safe, but the murk could offer cover. She could hold her breath and wait out the threat, except there's more than one. She doesn't risk a glance behind her or fumble at the yellow onions bulging from the ground. At first, it's the familiar stench of sulfur bubbling from deep in the earth, mangled with the smell of rotting fish. Thousands of carcasses gurgled onto the brackish marsh just ahead. Then, something intoxicatingly sweet fills her nostrils. She's not near the sugar plant on the other side of town, but those sugar beets smell like overripe dirt anyway. This is more walking into the donut shop at sunrise and ordering a maple bar and sweet tea. She shakes her head, sure her blood sugar's collapsing from starvation and dehydration, and she's about to nosedive into the field when the sweetness sours just as suddenly as it came, and she's overtaken by the dank stench of sweat and shit. Her heartbeat throbs in her ears, eclipsing the sound of the engine's roar. A predator in the night tearing through the furrows and ruining the crops. Would anyone hear her if she screamed? She can't waste the breath she needs for running. In the distance, golden lights twinkle, a mythical city arisen in the nowhere between the closest towns, neglected or desolate, and the still, living, breathing town where her people are. But the lights aren't magical and far, much too far. She'd never outrun the truck to get to the geothermal plant where someone at the gate might hear her, let her in, but would they believe her if she told them who was after her? A few 100 feet ahead stands a dock, rickety and slanted, but still possible cover. She could jump into the frothy, stinking water, hold her breath, and hide beneath the battered, salt-crusted planks. Her pursuers might assume she darted toward the wildlife preserve, climbed the chain link, or drowned. The fug of gasoline and exhaust commingle with the acrid sea, fertilizer, her own sweat and spit, and her blood pumping furiously. Her lungs scream, "Don't let me die out here." The sky lights a purple path upward, the Milky Way beckoning as if someone's holding a flashlight behind a pin-pricked cosmic bedsheet. It cascades across the expansive blackness that blurs into the jagged peaks of the chocolate mountains beyond the stretch of desert that's claimed countless lives. The clomping of hooves beside the blaze of headlights pierce her back, her dark hair flapping crow's wings, her hoodie drenched in sweat, her high tops mud-caked and slipping. There's nowhere to hide, no tree cover, nothing but shrubs and dirt and the green fingers of onion bulbs wavering, the hands of the dead reaching for her, grabbing, pulling her downward. She falls to her knees, blackening her hands with soil, but the creature canters steadily toward her. She scrambles up, the Salton Sea in sight, a soupy bog in that darkness, as her feet crunch fish bones and the minuscule shells of dead crustaceans, millions of them all crackling beneath her as she flies toward the pier, stretching into the abandoned lake, all that accidental water slashing for miles across the dusty bowl of valle. The headlights overtake her, and the horse-headed woman cackles, her black mane scraggling down her bare back. For a moment, she's glowing yellow, gleaming with beads of sweat, saintly. Then the gunshots resound. 1, 2, the deafening booms reverberate through the mountains, aerial drills, only this is no drill. Following the shots, metal clanks its sick click, click, boom, click, click, boom. If anyone were out here but the night animals, the stars, they've shut their eyes. They haven't seen a thing. They haven't said a damn word to anyone. Thank you so much.